Welcome back to our lessons on introduction to Git. So in this lesson, I want us to investigate the idea of a conflict, specifically that of a merge conflict. So what exactly is a merge conflict? Well, it turns out that if we have different branches and we make changes to our code in those different branches, there are times when the code change becomes ambiguous. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's create a branch. So I am on my main branch. Okay. So let me create a new branch. Let's call it feature X. I will switch over to that branch. Great. So let's add a line of code here on line 25. fmt dot print line apple. Okay, let's save that. Let's add main. Let's commit. Apple. Great. So git log line. Oops. Okay. So we are at feature X. Good. So let me merge this feature X with the main branch. So let's check out main. Okay. And okay, so git branch. Okay, so I decide that oops. Okay, so I have something different for my main. So let me show you that again. So, all right, so I have small a apple. And it seems that if I check out my main, I have another line on line 25. Okay, so I basically wrote this line, fmt.print line, okay. And let's call it orange. Okay, let's call it orange. I'm gonna save that. And let me commit this. So git add and let's git commit added orange. Okay, so here's the thing. You notice that on feature X, I placed apple on line 25. Now on the main branch, I placed orange, right, on line 25. So as you will see, as far as Git is concerned, this is ambiguous. Should it use the code that was created in feature X, or should it use the code that was created in main? Both of them are on line 25, so both of them are affecting line 25. Unfortunately, both of them have different things. If both of them had apple or both of them had orange, then that would not be a problem. But both lines of code are different. Okay. So when we try to merge this, so let's say git merge feature X, Git will tell me that there is a merge conflict. And to better see this, I will say git status. And so it's telling me that I have conflicting versions of code. And Visual Studio Code is actually pointing that out to me here. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's abort our merge, our previous merge. I'm going to say git, okay, merge dash dash abort. Okay, so it's as if we never tried the merge. So we have how do we fix this? Well, you could imagine that feature X was being worked on by your partner, and main is something you changed. So ultimately, if it's multiple people, then they have to communicate to find out what the actual change should be. Whose one is correct? Or it could be you and yourself. Maybe you accidentally wrote code in the main branch that was different than the code in the feature X branch. And so you have to ask yourself which one is correct. But the bottom line is, the conclusion is, you as a solve this conflict. Only then will Git go ahead and do the commit or do the merge. So let's try to merge again just to see the options that we will get from Visual Studio Code. Okay, so it clearly tells me, okay, it says, what do you want to do? Do you want to accept the current change, which is orange? Do you want to accept the incoming change, which is Apple? Do you want to accept both, meaning it's going to have orange and Apple? Or do you want to compare the changes? Okay, so here you have to decide what's going to happen. So let's say hypothetically, after discussing with your partner or with yourself, you realize that it should have been orange. Okay, or you say, you know what, it was supposed to be orange and apple. So we're going to accept both changes. Okay, so both changes have been accepted, and so now I will have to commit this. So I'm going to save this. Let me save this. And so let me commit. Okay, so git commit added fruit. Okay, so I am now in a consistent state again. There is no ambiguity. Git knows that the lines of code should be what I have currently. Okay, so since we have resolved this merging conflict, if I now say git merge, let's say feature X, if I wanted to merge feature X, it wouldn't be a problem. All right, it wouldn't be a problem because it tells me, well, it's up to date because everything is consistent, right? Everything is consistent. If I go back and I check, if I check out feature X, okay, right? It's still there. Line 25 is Apple, but because I have told Git that what I do in main is actually what it should be, then Git will accept that change that I am doing. Okay. All right. So again, if the codes from different branches are inconsistent, they're not the same, it will cause a merge conflict, and then you will have to resolve that merge conflict. Now, I will add that Visual Studio Code is very nice because it tells us what the problems are. But if you don't have such an intelligent IDE or code editor, not IDE, a code editor, then you will have to open up a plain text editor like By or Emacs, and then you will have to actually write the code the way it should be. All right. And after that, you save it, you commit it, and then you apply the merging again. All right. All right. So again, this is only something that really happens when you have a team of programmers and they're working on the same code, and by accident, two of them decide to work on the same function or the same piece of code. And because they make changes, both of them make changes to that same function, then there will be a conflict. And so you have to manually go in, make the change, put it the way it should be before you actually do the merging. Otherwise, Git will stop right there. So since you guys are working mostly independently, this is not something that will come up too often. But when you switch over and you start working with a partner or a team, there is the possibility of having a merge conflict, and this is the way how you resolve it. So if you ever see something like this, right, and you do get status and it tells you there's a merge conflict, then you know the steps you need to take to resolve that conflict. Okay, so I will see you in the next lesson where we continue our discussion on using Git.